Greetings, everyone. This is a brief recap of session 105 on active listening skills. I think you've already nailed some really critical foundational elements for active listening, and that is creating safe and confidential space for people. To have a coaching mindset that you see them as the experts, filled with wisdom and the agency to move forward towards their preferred future. That's really essential, having that foundation in place when we ask powerful questions and then we listen actively. And this active listening involves kind of three key areas. It's actually what we hear, as well as in the process of hearing those words, what's the meaning behind the words? What is said? What's not said? Uh, are there metaphors that they use? Are they using language that suggests empowerment or maybe some self limitations, some new possibilities, or indicate lack of hope? So we're listening with the meaning behind the words that they actually share with us and what they choose to share and what they choose not to. But we're also listening, um, I really think, to where they might also be stuck. And this is where I think it can be helpful when we talk about the 4 A's. I'm listening for what assumptions are they holding that I'm hearing through their words and their body language? What approaches do I see them considering? And has that broadened since what they thought were maybe only one or two options? Has their attitude changed? Is there a sense of hope and possibility and connectedness and maybe even playfulness in that process? Because we know that play actually usually helps motivate people to move forward. And then also, what are those specific actions that they choose to take? Are they just being a dialogue partner, or actually are they thinking about what they can do to live into that preferred future? So those are some critical elements. A couple things that I would just share based on the observations from the coaching demonstrations. I think as honoring that rule where coaches talk less than 20% of the time and clients talk 80% of the time, which means we need to ask short, concise questions, provide space for silence for them to both reflect and also to motivate a response from them rather than you filling in the gaps. And also giving ourselves permission to not have to explain the questions we ask or giving an introduction to why we're asking that question. So keep things tight, keep things open, open-minded, where they can go a lot of different avenues wherever they want to go. And then just shut up and let them speak and let their wisdom come out through their words and their actions. So that's kind of the basics. A couple of things just to be mindful for session 106. And that is, I want you, and as part of the living into session 105, I want you to keep that listening journal. Just pay attention to family members, coworkers, neighbors, whatever you talk about. First of all, what's the level and depth of the conversations? Who talks most? Who doesn't? What do you experience behind that? Are certain values being articulated? Are certain hopes being shared? What's kind of going on? So try to interpret a little bit of the meaning. But keep a journal of, think about, just make a list of the people that you've encountered during the day and what you've experienced through those conversations with them. And also pay attention to how much you talked versus how much they talked. And then there's that other element of where I want you to practice using silence and be a little bit more intentional about that, not to the point where it's really uncomfortable for everyone, but it's so easy to jump in real quickly. And maybe we just need to allow other people to share their wisdom, other people to reflect, and just see what happens if you have some more extended intentional silences in your everyday conversations with others and perhaps in your work settings. We'll talk about that at our next session, 106. Be well.